Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast. I'm your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero of Psych, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to an exciting 1 versus 1 on Crossing in the Woods. I was about to say Crossroads, but that's obviously not. Between the south, we got here Strategos, fighting for America, freedom and democracy, taking on the role here of the 3rd Armored Division versus the north. We got Fire and Terror, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, taking on the role here of the 15th Panzergrenadier Division, mobilized to counterattack the Americans. They're getting too close to discovering the truth behind Operation Wacht am Rhein, and so are committed with reinforcements from nearby Panzer brigades to ensure the Americans don't get too close. We got here assault support, Storm Doctrine, and Jaeger Infantry. Definitely not your usual doctrines. These are definitely not meta. With Panzergrenadier Machine Gun Infantry versus Rifle, Armor, and Recon support. Not exactly your usual doctrines. I mean, Armor is, but Rifle Cavalry sort of in the grey zone, and Recon support is definitely not on the grid. On the other hand, Triple Bulletins is very much sort of standard America. Double Rifle Starter there, also very standard, with Grenadier MD-42 there for Terror. Also very standard. So while again doctrinally fine, Terror is pulling a lot of surprises. So far, I'm honest with the opening there, there's less there. But again, versus the Americans, you don't want to risk too much because otherwise the Riflemen can quickly, leave you in a bad spot. We can see sending the Pioneers westwards, maybe it's a diversion, maybe to see if there's anything east. So at least that way, he doesn't get completely locked down. While the main force here, the Grenadiers MD-42 is moving eastwards there for Fire and Terror. Pioneers quickly holding up into the house, but the looks of it, there we go. Alright, you can remember to lock the door. See, Americans can't get in otherwise. Can't they just kick it in? 9. For some reason, I don't know why, but no one can kick in a door once someone is behind it. I don't know why. The Führer keeps muttering about Canadians. I don't want to think about it. Anyway, Storm Doctrine on the way there for Fire and Doctrine. So he's actually going for Storm Doctrine. That's pretty unusual. Going points, but interesting. We'll have to see if he can pull it off. We've got Triple Rifle in there for GC Strategos so far again. He's actually falling back in the face of the Pioneers. Goddamn, run back. They got submachine guns. We got rifles. Yeah, but they can shoot more bullets. Yeah, but they have terrible range. Get back. Oh, God. I think this lightning snapped. Anyways, Rifle going points there. And you forward to Grenadiers, more Grenadiers. So we can see again, Fine Terror's main effort is in the east. The Rifle quickly caught here by the MD-42. Grenadiers pushing ahead there. In this case, they were barely within the arc of fire, so that works out there for Strategos in the west. Pioneers grabbing the missions point there. Rifleman further falling back there for him. I think Fine Terror needs to be careful not to commit too much. We could actually sort of fall into a situation there where Strategos is much stronger because right now heavy cover versus... Well, here's the thing, there's only light cover here, so no matter where Strategos or Fine Terror sets up there, it's going to be finding the unit in heavy cover. Light cover as a unit heavy cover. That's not really good there, particularly 2 rifle squads there as an MD-42. While there's a chance if someone sticks out the head too far, they get the entire unit suppressed. It's going to be difficult. There you go. He does get them suppressed. Great job. In fact, he makes a mistake. He tries to split up to defend against the flank. The good weapon Fire and Terror. The problem is, though, he gets flanked by Strategos. So flanks get counter-flanked. Cheeky stuff there. Tricky stuff there. Overall, some nice infantry engagements here by both players against this. Sort of both trying to outmaneuver on. Oh, so not a bad idea. They're setting up their machine gun to pin them behind cover. Tactically very sound. Then using infantry squad to flank about there. In fact, that's textbook flanking. Good work there. Just his own flank was exposed, so he got rather, well, counter-flanked. Meanwhile, Pioneers is pushing up the west side here, possibly in response to the fact he's running suspiciously in the east, though it seems like most of them are falling back. But there you go. Strategos realizes, alright, this engagement is lost, so what he's just going to do is going to push for the carve point, and that's why hitting a pressure point, forcing then Fire and Terror to fall back from the front line, defending his territories here, by the way, to then have to defend his own carve point because otherwise he risks losing his fuel point. So very nice counter move there by Strategos. I think that's a very sharp tactical decision, very sharp. But there you go, Rifle Grenade off. We see Fire Terror's already taken up. They quickly turn the tables there on Strategos here by the boxes, as the boxes turn out to be not very grenade proof. As it turns out, that was intent by the Germans. Führer Decree number 567. Make sure grenades can, deal with boxes. No grenade-proof boxes. The Führer was very specific about that. Pioneers have to get up, but right again, I make that stuff up. Occasionally I do make stuff up just to sound a bit silly, but I have to point them right apparently because I don't want someone to go up to the school and like, and then the Führer made some, grenade-proof. No, Timmy, they didn't. Oh. Damn you, Dane, you lied to me. How could the master of propaganda make up stuff? That's not what propaganda is supposed to be about. Anyways, Lieutenant there, pushing back the guys. We've got a big sweep here, so again, a lot of infantry. We got 4 riflemen plus the Lieutenant, essentially 5 infantry squads there for Strategos. That is some very difficult forces to find terror to overcome. I mean, he's actually got ambush camouflage on the MD4 to good work. The problem is, though, still, he's facing off against a lot of infantry. Again, the Lieutenant is essentially equivalent to an extra upgraded rifle squad right off the bat. Again, BAR, Trump's submachine-gun, very strong infantry unit, very strong. Following up with a quick M20 there as well for Strategos. Meanwhile, Fine Terror, there's repositioning infantry, desperately trying to stall the Americans as he calls up more support. Another MD-42 would not be a bad idea, there we go. He's going for the light mechanized company. Panzer Grenadiers, half-track, 2-2, could also be viable options here. Not so good rifle grenade there. I mean, he's basically trying to hit an advancing unit. That's not really what rifle grenades are good at. Rifle grenades are more better to a unit used to someone who doesn't want to move. More like, you know, say, you've got someone covered by a machine gun, but they rather refuse to get suppressed, then you rifle grenade them, so, you know, either they get hit with it, or they get suppressed, or they run. Either way, you get your, you know, biscuits. Sweet American biscuits, full of gravy. And plunder. Anyways, Grenadiers, they're reinforcing. Moving down here, Grenadiers grabbing the point here as well. But still, Strategos, they get using his ample manpower to just keep Fine Terror a bit more on the back foot, plus of course some good tactical moves. Fine Terror going for the 2-2 lighted punch spearwagon as Strategos M20 moves up here and laying down mines. The M6 anti-tank mine. I wonder, will Fine Terror lay down Regal mines? That would be pretty interesting then. Also pretty rare. I mean, generally, you don't see the Regal mines at all. To find a bit sad. M20 falling back rather than they're being pursued by the 2-2 and the Pioneer. Lieutenant falling back here as well in the face of German firepower. Grenadiers rifle in there. Oh, not Grenadiers, riflemen reinforcing. And there you go. He's going for the half-tech. He could, of course, be going for the flame for half-tech. Very common. Very common. So that is very much a possibility. But he could even then, you know, go for Regal mines. But we'll see here. We'll see. I mean, it would be nice to see someone actually laying down Regal mines for once. That would be very nice. Grabbing points there. 20 here. There's the 2-2 with a 251 half-tech on the way there. 4 Fine Terror almost done. I'm trying to pursuing. He's trying to bait him across the mine. They're a bit risky though, taking the direct path. You can risk the mine. They're being set off by the 2-2. In this case, it doesn't work at all here. He takes a slightly deeper path there. Perhaps expecting a mine, perhaps not. It's hard to say here. Most Americans don't actually lay down mines with M20, so it's sort of a it's a bit unsure as to why he did it. It could also just be, you know, just he did that because he could. So it's hard to say, but there we go. We got the 251 there. Mittler, Schützenpanzerwagen. Riflemen dealing with the Grenadiers. He's got a lot of munitions. He could consider some grenades rolling out or going for some early BARs. Or there's the 2-2 bazookas. Still, he's a bit under pressure from Fine Terror, but able to use his forces a bit more economically, so that way push back Strategos, despite again having a lot of infantry, and perhaps quite using them fully efficiently at times. Got the half-track though, rushing ahead on its own. Very risky there by Fine Terror. I mean, the half-track is sort of more of a force multiplier. It doesn't really work well on its own. It's more, you know, sort of to just increase the efficiency of infantry working with it. Still, getting some wins in there for the Fatherland. Pack 40 following up there for Fine Terror. As for Strategos, we got the Captain. Just going straight for the Captain here. Could also either try and push straight ahead for the medium armor with a major, but then again, he's perhaps feeling the situation is not really good. There's too many Germans out on the field here. Now being reinforced with half-track from that Panzer Brigade there. Since the Panzer Division would in most circumstances not have access to half-tracks. They would have trucks, cars, and depending on the situation, bicycles. Very rarely would they have half-tracks, usually because they're a really elite one, or because they'd either absorbed the half-track from a Panzer Brigade that's sort of, you know, shut down, or in one case, upgraded from a Panzer Brigade. Most cases that they didn't get half-tracks. Just trucks, cars, and bicycles. Ooh, wipe there against Fine Terror. Certainly a tactically decisive victory there for Strategos. Could also usually have quite an impact on Fine Terror since he's now down to 2 squads again versus an opponent with 5 infantry squads. And again, if he doesn't upgrade the Captain, that's technically 6 infantry squads because again, the Captain is just an infantry squad with a Thompson on top of it. So in that regard, Strategos now has a ton of infantry. We do get Regal mines. We do get Regal mines. My God. The Regal mine was an anti-tank mine that was noted for apparently being very unstable because the sort of the detonators like that, the wires corroded very quickly, meaning it became very easy to just set off even by just touching it. Basically meaning the standard approach was to blow it up on the spot with some kind of explosive. It was much easier. In some cases, the Americans also did it with other mines. For example, the Germans had a tendency of mining muddy roads with a lot of mines. So in those cases, the Americans just blow up the road and get a bulldozer to sort of repair the road again. That was just easier for them. Generally, the Germans were just really sneaky with mines. Since it's partly sort of American doctrine figured out when it came to attacking, so they just mine the usual routes. They also used to mine if they spotted American mines, and then mine the area around the mines. So if the Americans thought they were safe, it would turn out to be not very safe. A lot of sneaky tricks like that. A lot of sneaky tricks. Very fun to read about. Some of these here, I think, a book by Anthony Bevo. Though I'm not a fan of him, but, you know, occasionally he does put out some interesting bits. I think there's his book on the Ardennes. Just read an excerpt from it, though. Haven't gotten the book myself, but, you know. I could at least point it out. Rather than being blasted, communists are reinforcing again. Half-track here proving quite helpful in this case. Ambush camouflage from the gun. These are good stuff. To go down into the bazookas and the anti-tank gun. Bit of loss there for Fire and Terror and the 15th Panzer Grenadiers. Grenadiers reinforcing. Bazookas on the captain there. And a Stuart flying up there for Strategos. So while he could have maybe pushed here for the tanks, but again, he clearly, watching the situation, it felt like that wouldn't quite work out. So instead, he's going to try and, you know, push for Captain Stuarts, and that way, at least they're up for mine, anti-tank warfare. Another Regal mine. He's pushing forwards here. Light machine gun fire. There's a bit of ambush camouflage bonus, though sadly they only get it to begin firing once the bonus is worn off. Captain, they push back here, but too much light machine gun fire there. We got Panzer Grenadier out for Fire and Terror. Rapid doing what they can. So Strategos slotting munitions. I think really should consider some BARs as soon as possible versus Fire and Terror there. It would really help a lot there as the Grenadiers to get more upgrade. More ambush bonus there. Being flanked here by Lieutenant out in the open. Half to still providing support here for the half-deck. Getting experience there. As the fighting continues, Grenadiers are being swarmed here. Anti-tank moving up as well there. Some intense fighting in there. Go push back. Half-deck also rolling back. Very good work there by Fire and Terror. Panzer Grenadier advancing with their Sturmgewehrs. Half-deck on the advancing Lieutenant. That machine gun fire there raking into them. And here these Panzers moving up against the Rifleman. Like left side is actually very exposed, except of course with the Telemarch. Oh, Regelman knows, but he's got the machine gun covering, which is a good move as well. That way can't easily be cleared even if he spots them. But there goes to, in this case, advances here through the woods and pushes back the MB-42. Lieutenant here is slightly losing out to the half-deck. He's not good at dealing with that. Half-deck though could go down to a mine though. Too slow there by Fire and Terror. I'm guessing, could it be a pathing error? Occasionally the half-deck does get wonky with that. Or he might have just been too slow. The other way the half-deck was lost. Quite a shame there for Fire and Terror. Did, I think, a lot of good for him. Did a lot of good, but now we can see sort of Strategos pushing ahead with a lot of his infantry. Again, Fire and Terror beginning struggling, and with the loss of the half-deck, he's certainly going to struggle even more versus Strategos, since again he's got no ability to reinforce the front line now. Also going for medic bunker there, but the loss of the half-deck definitely makes a ton of sense now, unless he's planning another immediate replacement. But then again, he might want to consider taking up, and he has medium armor. He could always follow up with a half-deck afterwards. Strategos though continues to float munitions, no grenades or upgrades for his riflemen otherwise. I definitely think he should consider grenades or upgrades as soon as possible. I mean, again, he's got plenty of munitions, and he hasn't really got any doctrine or any other choice that can really. I mean, he could go for armor, go for assault units, lay down mines that way, but otherwise, he's sort of a bit lacking there. So just think, you know, getting his riflemen again, so much infantry, they're just even better. I would really put some severe pressure on Fire and Terror, and could possibly even collapse Fire and Terror completely. All of a sudden, he has to face off against, you know, 4 upgraded rifle squads with BARs. That would just be an awful lot to deal with. So I think really that should be a priority there for Strategos. Stuart moving ahead here, MG42 setting up there. Pack 40 shooting as well. Stuart needs to get the hell out of there. And the West Rifle advancing here, grabbing munitions there with the re-echelons, creating up good pressure there versus Fire and Terror. So Paul McCraw up there for the 15th Panzer Grenadiers. Still supported by the Panzer Brigade, since the 15th would otherwise as a Panzer Grenadier division only had Stugs. There, rarely again. A bit like the same rule applies, you know, with half-techs as with Panzer for the Panzer Grenadier division. They would very rarely have them, and mostly because, again, they were really elite, or they somehow absorbed them from other elements. Like, again, used from a Panzer Brigade in the case of the 11th, as I previously mentioned in an episode, In that case, they were meant to actually have ducked them down, used them as fortifications, but instead they actually managed to restore them into working order, in which case they formed up an improvised, you know, Panther Battalion. That's a fun fact. So those are some fun details there. You're turning up support here, the captain. Good work. Panzer, they're taking some damage. Given we got rifle arriving there. Light machine gunner supporting here from the fortification there. Grenadiers flying back here a bit as well, taking too much damage. Nice shift up there in case he's worried he's going to get rifle grenade there, so quickly splitting up his infantry to avoid, the rifle grenade becoming too good versus him. Very good move there. Of course, also have to sort of slightly further outmaneuver the Grenadiers there, further pressure them. Fire and terror going for the Panzer IV, the Panzerkampfwagen 4. Stuart getting ready here. There's not a lot of support in infantry on these sides. Could be a bit risky for 40 here, right suppressed. Ooh, Stuart here wipes out a Grenadier squad. Down to 2 infantry squads. 4 fire and terror versus again. Essentially again what amounts to like 6 infantry squads. That is critical, but he might get the Stuart here. Oh, he's too slow to move about. Oh, he's going to lose the Stuart. Rifleman need to retreat though. Need to retreat the rifleman. Strategos. The rifleman. Oh, jeez. Rifleman flanking the MD-42. And there you go. Bit too slow moving. But I'm sure he's the other way. He was actually close to gaining it, but ultimately lost it. He almost gets the MD-42 crew there. That could be huge. He could steal it away. Tell me, can you steal it? Yeah, he could steal it here. He could steal it. We've got more rifle flanking. He's going for the Pack 40. Should just grab the machine gun. Be off with it. I think he's missing him to actually grab the MD-42 and turn against Fire Terror here. He gets the Pack 40, but he can't get away with that one when there's a Pack 4 or Panzer 4 right around them. So I think in this case, Strategos is overvaluing the chance of getting the Pack 40 back. And just not grabbing the machine gun when he can. So I think in this case Strategos is getting a bit too greedy versus Fire Terror that gets the anti-tank gun up here. Still, there's infantry support here, the Panzer. There's still the problem is again just takes one good hit and the crew's dead. So yeah, mistake there by Fire Terror, but he's otherwise in a really bad spot. He's down to like 2 infantry squads per. He has to get more infantry. He's always got a tank. That's really his biggest itch right now. He has a tank. His opponent does not. Had he stolen the MD-42, he just further denied resources to Strategos. So again, he should have made off with that one instead of trying to get away with the Pack 40. Compared to those, Strategos just has a massive force. Also, good way again, he's actually using the cap actively to supervise. Even supervising the tech up there, you can actually do that, which probably not a lot of players do. You can actually supervise the tech up for your other tiers. That's actually pretty clever there by Strategos. Pretty clever. Yes, I think they're going to die. Also looks like he hasn't spotted the Regal mine there. So there you go. Panzer will quickly wipe the entire unit. Quite a loss there for Strategos because, well, he's got no chance of spotting those Regals now, that's for sure. No chance. He probably doesn't know they're there because no one builds Regal mines. Which means Fire Terror has a massive strategic advantage, which is his opponent's going to be absolutely terrified once all of a sudden his tanks stop moving. And tank here trying to catch the Panzer IV, the Panzerkampfwagen 4. Panzer got this bit back, but they're going for 2 covering again. The one you should have stolen here away from Fire and Terror. Oh, my apologies about the sniffling there. Stuffy nose. Bit of a cold, I guess. Nice summer cold. Back here, reinforcement going on, and finally weapon max. He's actually got 500 munitions floating about. 500! I mean, imagine if upgrade those systems with bazookas early in that Panzer IV would have been in a much more sticky position. You could also have more BARs up. Hell, you could just mixed up BARs and bazookas that again had a much bigger threat to the Panzer IV here. That kind of feels like a mistake now. Oh! Need to retreat the rifleman. That was close there. Still, he's over again. Got a massive infantry force in comparison to Fire Terror. I mean, Fire Terror's real advantage at the moment is the Panzer IV. And if he can handle it well, he might still have a chance here. But otherwise, he's still in a sticky position versus Strategos and the 3rd Armoured Division. Rifleman Captain sweeping east with 74-2 repositioning. No ambush camouflage for this one yet. Pack 40 should also be a bit careful. Shifting over to the Stuart. That's actually a good move. Again, the Stuart does provide heavy cover for the machine guns, so it makes it harder for the infantry to clear it out. Particularly since there's not really any heavy cover otherwise. But there you go. Oh, he used the on me ability to actually allow him to sprint. I actually thought he was using the fire out ability. That'd been interesting, but no, he just used the on me ability, which also works. So it also works. I mean, it's pretty much just a sprint as well if you use it correctly. And westbound engagement going elsewhere. The Panzer IV repulses Strategos as infantry in the east. There's still the captain left, but he's not going to last longer. Got the rifle there with the German LMG there pushing back the Panzergrenadiere, who are too afraid to face off against that. Well, he's not stupid enough. Panzer IV with Pioneers supporting it, going after the captain, who actually boldly goes for the fuel point, despite knowing there's a Panzer IV out there. And as it turns out, that is not a good idea with only one bazooka. Had he had double bazookas, he could probably threaten the Panzer IV more. With only one bazooka, he's not really threatening Strategos enough. He's trying to catch him with an anti-tank rifle grenade. He could get it, especially if he uses on me. Ah! It misses! And the Panzer IV sort of blitzes away, or at least has enough momentum there to actually get away there. Ooh. Lucky though, I mean, again, that could have been one wrong hit and be dead. Also, we got tactical movement to rush the Panzergrenadiers over there. Holy moly, he's actually using tactical movement. Amazing. Amazing. He's calling in white phosphorus to try and stop the Panzergrenadiers' relentless pursuit, but nothing stops the Panzergrenadiers. Yeah, look at that. His sort of white phosphorus could stop us. We're too fast for that. Yeah. It's all of this pervitin, though. I need more. Shot it, Jürgen. We can't have you acting like a drug addict now. You have to wait until after the war. Still nice use of it there. I don't think against the Tigers expected, you know, him to be rushed by Panzergrenadiers like that. My God, the Krauts! They can run away, but they can follow us. No, it must be their kind of new super soldiers, super Nazis. Rather pushing against the gun, you see it again with a light machine and a BAR. Definitely a lot of firepower there. Note also here what he's doing. He should try and move up further here to sort of further complete the flank, but basically he's just setting up on the retreat path to sort of increase his chances of, you know, actually getting a kill in, or at least doing extra damage. So very good move there by Strategos. Very good move tactically. Panzergrenadiers are hiding behind some shrubbery. Sneaky move there. He's basically hoping the opponent moves up there, doesn't realise what's going on, and then he pops a bomb grenade and goes, you know, all ambushy. And air reconnaissance. Nice. Both players are actually sort of making use of their abilities. Most players sort of either side rarely utilise. That's actually pretty nice. That is pretty nice. Sending some higher level stuff here from both. I like to see that. Both German and American. And again, that's sort of what I like to see, you know. Just good play, good use of abilities. Great stuff there. So Tigers can soon go for the EC8. On the other hand, Fine Tag can soon go for another Panzer IV, though. He could also go for Stug. Howitzer up for Fine Terror, though. He's going for a Howitzer. Leichtes Feldhaubitz. Return moving up here. Will he be ambushed? Cleared out. Alright, guys. Looks clear. No Krauts. Ja, kein Krauts. Yeah, look, listen to that bush. He knows what he's... Oh, shit. In this case, though, there was a slight issue with his ambush, which is he didn't heal the Panzergrenadiers up with their medic kits, so they were easily cleared off. Otherwise, nice idea, but... There's a detail there which caused I to miss, which again, he hadn't healed them up. Again, you got hit medic kits for that though. Again, 50 munitions, full health, good to go. So had he done that, I think the pack would end up in a lot more trouble. Still, Panzer IV to the rescue, but not before the pack gets wiped though. Very close eventually too though. How's there, ready to fire. He's also gone for a replacement captain actually to supervise here. The EC8. Good work there, though. Good work. But direct hit there until he sets off the Telemanns almost in the entire rifle squad. He's not retreating now. Pretty risky there. Oh, ambush MD42. Almost got in the first burst. And there you go. Finished off. BAR dropped. Ah, Strategos. That was not factfully advisable or wise. Pioneers running for it. Got the EC8 rolling up here. It's gonna... Going for the Pioneers, they're catching there up, no machine gun fire, raking them, main gun slaughtering. Not sending off the Regal. Oh. Could this be happening? Someone driving into Regal Mine in 1 versus 1. And he does it! Treads blown off! Treads blown off! First shot bounces, but still, that EC8 is down to less than half of as a Panzer IV fault. Well, mostly full. Second shot bounces as well. Oh dear. Still, he's got more health. He's still got more health, but this is not looking good. Penetrating hit there. Penetrating hit from the EC8. And there we go. Final shot. Gets the EC8. Panther 4 hit victory 2. Ooh, headed up from that Regal mine. The amount of victory able to get away with the EC8s here. Though it didn't help in this case, Strategos did make the strategic error of not supporting his EC8 with infantry. At which point, again, you know, why would he charge into machine gun where the tank can't support anyways? But either way, though, Regal Mine's paying off. A definite victory there, though, for Fire and Terror. And might just give him the edge he needs to push back against the Strategos alongside that rifle wipe there. I mean, there's some pretty big losses in a short amount of time. He might actually get the Panzers as well here. Oh, yeah, Fire and Terror pushing them too far and gets them wiped. Huge loss there. Veteran 3 Panzer Gunneries annihilated. In the center, before to push back the rifleman there. Artillery fire rain down. He tries to slow up the assault, I think. In this case, still bits of slow there. Bits of slow. Otherwise, I think we're just trying to do is just wipe them. We can just prevent them from moving ahead. Except it seems like Strategos doesn't care. He just sends his captain in anyways. Don't worry, they're crouched. It's not like they're good at artillery. Captain, that's the Russians. Oh. Well, nothing bad happened anyways. Second Panther 4 for Fire and Terror. I mean, basically, again, with the EC8 so easily dispatched, he can quickly push for an arm advantage there, and he wisely does so. They should get some more infantry, though he is slightly evening things out infantry-wise here versus Fire and Terror. He's also managed to take off with the Pack 40 there, bringing up to 2 anti-tank guns, which could certainly help against a lot of these tanks. In particular, he sets up a good pack front. Panther 4 rolling ahead on the main roads. Needs to be careful against Russia with aim support, otherwise it could end up like that EC8, though. He never laid down more than one mine, and that got set off by the artillery. More ambush camouflage. Very interesting, and he's actually sort of actively using it. Great stuff, great stuff. I mean, again, he's so far used 4 abilities out of the Storm Doctrine. I mean, that's extremely rare. The only thing he needs to now use is also the Stuka Bombing Strike, and he'll be ahead of a lot of Wehrmacht players in that sense. And again, it's not like he's just using the city man. It's actually been overly well thought out, good timed and everything else. Also, Stug on the way there for Fire and Terror. Pioneers with the BAL falling back here across the broken wooden ground, but the Lieutenant is relentless in his pursuit. He wants vengeance for the men that died under his command. And there you go, Panther 4 lands a devastating hit on the rifle, almost wiping out the entire unit. Oh, he tried to use that to push back the Lieutenant. He actually succeeded. They didn't get the wipe. Would have been pretty close, due to there pretty much being no scatter at that range. Rifleman most particularly is opening up there from behind the heavy cover, ambushing the Americans. And there you go, getting some good hits then with the ambush bonus and the light machine gun fire. Rifleman there trying to project against negative cover, but it's not quite working out here. And he doesn't have grenades, so I mean that could have been an option to just grenade them. We can smoke them as he pushed ahead. He does successfully push them back, but now the Panther 4 arrives. We got another EC on the way there for the Strategos and the 3rd Armoured Division. Panther 4 then hot pursuit of the Rifleman. Almost got them wiped there. Captain with no anti-tank weapons, by the way. No bazooka or 2 bazookas. I would also probably recommend just upgrading the Major with bazookas. I mean, just form up some anti-tank teams. That way help hunt down the German Panzers. And that way supporting his Rifleman as well. The second EC arriving there for Strategos with the 76mm gun, which was housing a bigger turret than the original Sherman because the first turret wasn't actually that big enough. Was why they didn't upgrade their tanks right away with the 3-inch gun, which the M10 used, because it wouldn't have been able to fit in there. It would have, you know, hurt the tank's performance. So they waited until they could fit it in a bigger turret for the tank, which did take some time to get operational. Pioneers push against negative cover here against the Rifleman, holding up with double BARs, spraying the Germans with fire. That actually looks like a single. No, that's double. Panther moving up in front of the Rifleman. Anti-tank rifle going off there. Bit of mistake here. Bit too pushy there, I think. The Fire and Terror. Other Panther probably got the Stuka moving down to cover from the north and the other side of the riverbank. Artillery firing down. Now wipes the Rifleman with the artillery. I mean, this is also some pretty good artillery usage by Fire and Terror. It's almost like he's been listening to a lot of my, cast, like, he's been paying attention, like he's been taking notes. I mean, he's not blind firing. He's actually just trying to destroy units with artillery. Like, he locates something he thinks he wants to murder, and then he tries to actively murder it using artillery. That's amazing. And again, he's also making full use of the abilities of his doctrine almost. White phosphorus to push back the Stu, prevent it from firing. Good work there by Strategos. That's definitely one way of using white phosphorus. Rather than Lieutenant Grant could try and flank behind it, catch the MD-42 off guard. But it does know it's there, so it's going to be a bit more by accident. Need to fix up the EC8. Need to cover this vehicle not getting murdered by something. There goes. Spots the MD-42, pushes back here. Doing some good damage. Duke bombarding. No machine gun out on that one. You should do that, though. With fresh Panzer going to be on the way for fire and terror. Grenades being pushed back with the rifle in pursuit from the rear. Threatening the flight. Panzer force counter-attacking. Lieutenant might want to pull into heavy cover here just to be harder to kill. More often, and this is where, you know, bazooka teams would be really helpful for Strategos. You can just quick up and push up, which further pressure the Stug and the Panzer IV, pushing them back. Pioneers threatening here, you see it moving in, getting the Pioneers out in the open. All of this happening, by the way, has been actually grabbing back points here by good work there by Fire and Terror. Panzer IV almost good to go. And a tank has been carted forwards. That force Stu still slightly pulling back. Still machine gun on the Stu. Again, the Stu would benefit a bit from that. Gets a good kill there, though. And Mortal again. Just note he's just trying to get wipes. Again, he's firing at sort of closest range. Again, he knows he can see them, and he knows that, again, there's going to be less scatter. And there we go again. Wipes again. Really good use of the artillery. He's actually getting repeated wipes with his howitzer. Pioneers wiped there on the other hand. Might also be able to get the Veteran 2 Panzer IV here, though he might lose the EC8 in the process, which is not entirely good for Strategos. EC8 goes down, but there you go. Anti-tank is quick at the Panzer IV. Oh! Take aim! Oh! Got it there! Panzer IV down, but the EC8 is also down, which still means Fire Tower has the armor advantage. Also, Strategos has also lost a lot of infantry, thanks to the howitzer. He's going for another EC8 there versus Fire Tower and the 15th Panzergrenadier Division. Quick infantry flank here, trying to catch some support and retreating without support. Very nice move there by Fire Terror. Had he used the tactical move, he probably could have rushed and caught them. But this is again where I think the engagement there would have benefited Strategos a lot there by having some bazookas. He just never went for them. Which I do feel is a bit of a unfortunate move there. For him anyway. So for Fire Terror, obviously it's amazing. His opponent now went for a lot of bazookas. Amazing. Major being pursued here by the Panzergrenadier. No machine guns in fact on any of his new armour. And there you go, Major caught here by the Panzergrenadiers. The Shrubbery proving to be not very bulletproof. Third EC8 around there from Strategos. Then he's running up the captain there, getting some good hits with the light machine gun and a bit of ambush camouflage bonus. EC8 pack 40 and 1 there as well. 39 points left here for the Strategos versus, well, close to 250 for Fire Terror. Panther being pursued here by the anti-tank against the EC8. Need to be careful though. Fire Terror then never replacing his lost half-tech to lay down more regal mines. He could possibly benefit from that. And there go another unit down, and again it's the artillery. I mean, really, just absolutely outstanding play there by Fire Terror. Again, with most players, just, you know, keep shooting at the enemy base, hoping to catch something. Fire Terror is doing the right thing, which is he's flanking out where the enemy is, and then he just hits them there. I mean, that's just, I really hate having to praise that, you know, just pointing out when you shoot the obvious, and you're saying, that's amazing. You've passed basic artillery skills, Fire Terror. You're a hero. That's kind of what I have to say there, because really, it should be kind of obvious, you know, shoot at where the enemy is, not where you hope he is. Yeah, thumbs up to Fire Terror, and I hope some people are watching this to learn from it. Please. Panzer on the way there for Fire Terror, but again, really just outstanding play for Fire Terror, and certainly also some great play for Strategos. And again, I imagine Strategos just isn't, you know, used to this again. Regal mines. An enemy doesn't just shoot his artillery at your base hoping to catch something, but shoots after your infantry. What madness is this? So Strategos is quickly sort of trying to fill out the gaps in his ranks there with fresh GIs. Another panzer on the way there for fire and terror, though. He's quickly bringing up more panzers. We got more artillery here. This time trying to catch the anti-tank guns. Certainly looking very possible to do that. Betty 2 game for the howitzer right from there, dealing with the advanced grenadiers, panzer grenadiers, light machine gun, BAR fire, anti-tank guns. Opening out on those German tin cans. And we got a Stuka bomb drop. In the midst of the heat and the chaos, he takes out the anti-tank gun there with the Stuka bomb drop. Excellent work there. Grenadiers closing right up with the rifle and the Panzer IV going for the E8, which is low health. Stuka ultimate support, anti-tank, and they're covering here. Target weak point there. Could get the Panzer IV, but he might lose the E8. There you go. Panzer IV down, but the E8 is also kaput. Could get the Stuka here with the Pak 40. If he can rifle and get close enough, but no. And he's using it to then try and silence the Howard. The Pak 40. Not the Howard, but the Pak 40. Was it? No. That was just apparently from a previous barrage or something, I don't know. Either way though, devastating engagement there for Strategos. He lost his third tank, and again, while again he got a tank in return, the promise of Panzer IV is cheaper than the EC8. The other issue is, Fine Terror has more tanks than Strategos plus a Stug. Meaning he can't really afford armoured losses like that, not only he also loses a lot of rifle and anti-tank guns. Also Telemine there, rifle squad wiped, another heavy loss for Strategos and the third armoured. Rather than getting absolutely slaughtered by the Panzer IV. Also looks like he's not upgrading the new ones either. I mean, he should consider maybe a few bazookas here and there. I'm really surprised though by Strategos. Just no bazookas at all. No bazookas. I'll probably be uploading a episode in the near future sort of showing why getting a bunch of bazookas though can be a pretty good idea as Americans. Regular strength for Strategos. His forces are diminished, his resources depleted. He has to scrape the bottom of the barrel, which in the case of the Americans just means regular Shermans. The American barrel, as it turns out, is pretty bountiful. Pretty bountiful. Not like the German barrel, in which case you get a guy named Siegfried on a bicycle with a Panzerfaust. Not in game, obviously, but in the actual war, they did actually have bicycles with Panzerfaust mounted onto them. It's a fun note there. More Panzer Grenadiers. Actually, he's continuing getting Panzer Grenadiers. Good work there. Good man. Still decent map control left for Strategos. Problem is not controlling any of the victory points, so not the fuel points. But there you go. Fourth tank this time, a regular Sherman out for Strategos. Oh no, and there we go. Straight into the Regal mine. Second tank immobilized. Panzer IV goes straight for it. First shot misses. He needs to switch out to armor piercing rounds. There you go, but that means he's showing these easy targets for the Panzer IV. We got artillery raining down in the Pak 40 as well. Also is happening. He's basically keeping everything occupied. There's again. While he has to pay attention to the Pak 40, of course, trying to keep Sharon alive there again. He's just blitzing around. They're using his bait while the artillery then trying to silence the pack. And there you go. Good hit. They're rifling support, but they might be being caught here by the artillery as well. There you go. Pak 40 wiped by the artillery. That was a really expert maneuver there by Fire and Terror. Expert maneuver. Use the Panzer IV's bait to draw attention while they then use the artillery to shatter the anti-tank gun. That's a really, really clever maneuver there. That's another thumbs up from the Imperial Dane here. My God, this guy's good. In fact, he's used all abilities in the Storm Doctrine now. All of them. That's pretty damn impressive. I mean, it's not one of those easier doctrines to use. Storm is, you know, if you want to make coherent use of the doctrine. I mean, that takes a lot there. That's pretty damn impressive. That is pretty damn impressive. Now Strategos on the other hand is in a very bad position. He's got barely an infantry left. Now his opponent has plenty. His opponent's also got an arm advantage. And his opponent's got a howitzer. And the worst part of it all is his opponent knows how to use that howitzer, which again is a really apparently extremely rare skill there amongst the armoured players. But I'm guessing here Fire and Terror has served in actual artillery, and thus he knows how to aim artillery. at least sort of roughly. In this case, I think he's trying to destroy the anti-tank gun. Or he's just hoping to cut off the retreat path. Bit more hoping stuff, I guess, but in theory, the theory is firm. So no, not a huge fan of this. It looks again like he's trying to destroy the Pack 40, though again he's actually catching units on retreat with it. So it's hard to say here what the actual idea is for that one. That's a bit more iffy, but I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt concerning how he's otherwise used his artillery throughout the entire match. I mean, that does, you know, buy you a lot of credit in terms of, you know, doubt and so on there. Ramp encountered another ambush machine gun, and the casualties are horrific as usual. 3rd Armored Division here bleeding out as they're trying to take the river crossing. But they're just dying like flies. So there we go. That was some pretty impressive Wehrmacht play there by Firepower. Pretty impressive Wehrmacht play. Definitely a lot to be learned from. Hell, I could learn a lot from this, to be honest. And I mean, he used a lot of things. He actually used a half-track. He used it to mine. He used ambush camouflage. He used tactical movement. He used the howitzer. He used sticker drops. There's, again, regular mines. Panzer grenadiers. Good use of his armor. I mean, overall, just really well played by Flying Terror. Just absolutely good play there. Again, very recommendable for anyone. I mean, hell, Strategos also played well. This was just, you know, one-sided beatdown. I think Strategos also played well. The problem was he just didn't play quite as well as Flying Terror. Again, he rushed in his tanks comparatively, whereas Flying Terror used his tanks a lot more, I think, combined arms-wise. Again, he stuck them close to his rest of the units. He didn't just charge them in, whereas Strategos was very much, you know, cowboy pattern sort of type with his tanks. And they just, yeehaw! And as you can see, the results, when in many cases maybe get one tank, but the problem is he usually loses other tanks in the process, whereas Flying Terror, again, much more conservative, wise, and prudent, it generally came up much better in a lot of those engagements. So I think had Strategos, you know, been faster to get his men upgraded, actually gone for the bazooka as well, because in several cases the Flying Terror, though, did leave them to an extent, you know, and scored just didn't charge in them. I mean, he probably could have made things a lot harder there for Flying Terror with his tank, but instead, again, he just made these. Oh, Stuka bomb drop on the ambulance! They're getting out of there! Ambulance down! A devastating declaration of hatred from Flying Terror there. But yeah, really just well played. Again, also nicely paired Strategos. Again, he just couldn't strategically quite follow up, and his armor tactics were just weaker than Flying Terror's. I mean, again, he was good flanker, good use of infantry overall, but just when it came to armor, he couldn't quite keep up, and again, he was too slow in upgrading his infantry, and just no bazookas, which I think would also done a lot of good there. So yeah, overall, very good match there, very interesting match, I think, with a lot of good things, I think, from both sides to learn from. Again, if you play Americans, Strategos, I think, made a lot of good moves. Though, of course, also bad moves, you know, learn to not do. And of course, Flying Terror, I think there's just a lot of good things there. Again, mining, regal mines, half tracks, artillery usage. Again, that one, all should just learn from. Again, just shoot at the actual targets. Don't shoot where you hope them to be, please. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, why not subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. And if you like what I do on a daily basis, you know, do consider donating or pledging on Patreon. It would help me out a lot, you know. Puts food on the table and pays rent. And of course, pays for those lovely military parades. Anyways, thank you all, and hope to see you all tomorrow for another signing episode. Cheers.